Hello, everybody. This is Nik and Adinah Johnson. We hope that you are having an amazing day. No matter whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, or the middle of the day, we hope that it is going well. So, honey,
Yes.
how you doing?
Great.
All right. Um, we have a Ask Nik and Adinah.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. And what is that Ask Nik and Adinah?
Well, it is the person asked, how do we maintain a work-life balance? And that's important. So at the time, I was like, no, we haven't done a video on that one. That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did not want to give them just a whole lot of information. I was like, let's do the video like you've asked.
Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes, whenever we do a video, this is something that we feel as though we need to address because either through life experience, through study, research, whatever, we have a good idea around how to provide some value to any individual that will look at a video. So when that question was asked us about work-life balance, I was like, well, you know what? Part of the reason we did a video is because
we struggle.
Well, yeah, you know,
I did tell
you
her.
kind of preaching to the choir, you know.
Sure
as far as that, I know I struggle with this. You do way better at this than I do. As far as, let's see, I saw the face.
Yeah.
You do way better in that. You will hit the brakes on something. You'd be like, you know what? We need to just take a moment here, just relax. You know, and my issue is that most of the time it's like people talk about an ant. An ant is either going to work or coming from work.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like I am. It's like I'm either getting ready to start on the project or I'm just getting finished with one. So
I know. Even when our son was playing football this season, one person was like, your husband always has that computer. He is still working. And they know you, so they know you were working and not just doodling on the computer. Not to mention you're a computer programmer, so you need your computer to work. Yeah. But yeah, and I said, yeah, he's gonna work. I mean, that's fine. Yeah. But my thing is, what we have done to make that work-life balance is just like for your birthday just the other day. You took the day off and we went and had lunch and kind of just hung out, came home, watched a movie together while the kids were in school.
Day.
So, yeah, it was a day. Yeah, I didn't know. We probably should have done the video when we did that, but hey.
Should have.
We'll do it again this week because you're taking Veterans Day off.
Why not? There you go. Okay.
So, I say that to say we do have those moments where, and we do that a lot, where you'll take a day off during the week, which I'm like, why not take Thursday and Friday? You'll take Thursday and go back Friday, or you'll take Wednesday and go back Thursday. And I'm just like, take the whole rest of the week. Mm-hmm. But even when I teach at the university, students will call me at any time. Even with our business that we have, I'll, be at the game on Saturday and I'll look and I'll see my business line ringing. And I'm like, I guess I have gotten to the place where I'm like, I cannot be accessible and available to you every time you call. There are some hours that I need to say, hey, I'm not answering business calls. I will get back with you. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I'll text a person and say, hey, I can't talk. What questions do you have? And I can, text you and answer those questions. But yeah, I try not to be available 24/7 because students, when I work at the university and when I'm working our business on the side, people think you're supposed to be accessible to them. And so those are one thing, some of the things we've done.
Yeah. And I think much like anything else, there has to be a certain level of intentionality with it. You have to be intentional with it. So, for instance, like you said, you look at your phone, if it's the business line, you have to have kind of those lines in the sand that says, okay, well, why am I going to answer this? Or should I answer this? What time of the day is it? Okay, is it between, is it after 5 o'clock? Do I want to take calls after 5 o'clock? In my head, I think in that I'm a little bit different, is that I try to think about if it's not water, blood, fire, police, it's not an emergency when it comes to that. So I try to kind of put it in that window based on everything else. It's a little bit different. We live in Florida, so sometimes if it's a heating issue, especially if we have older tenants, we try to make sure to get the AC going, if it's hot or whatever. But other than that, we try to deal with it. But you have to be intentional about it. Okay, so like for instance, Adinah said that I'll take a day off, and I will send it to her. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do this day. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna drop the kids off. We'll
to
keep
school.
it moving.
Now that they're finally back in school.
Yay! So then we can go out. We'll do whatever. Like my birthday was a couple days ago, so literally I was like, you know what? I want to go out, but I kind of just want to stay home and just watch some movies.
Yeah, watch a movie.
So we went out. We had breakfast. We grabbed some lunch, brought it back home, and then we watched the movie and went from there. So mentioning, man, it's so long. We finally started coming to America too. It's been out for like a year. We finally saw it because we hadn't had time to do it. So
that's something we got to do it.
So this is definitely timely. Now I know that you have some research, some things that you found, just some points that not only you can implement, but we can implement as well as we work and continue to work. As we work and continue to balance work and life.
So I'm just going to go through a few of these that I got off of the internet. It says plot some personal time, and that's one of the things that we've said we do. We plot personal time and make it a point to go out and enjoy each other. Have set work hours and stick to them. So that's a major one. It's difficult to do though, but I know because you don't do that very well.
Yeah, and I know that there are, and I know you have a few there, so I won't stop you after every one, but I do know with so many people transitioning to work from home, that those lines are a little more blurred now. I've been working from home for the last probably about 11 years.
Yeah.
So when the COVID stuff happened, it really wasn't anything new to me.
Yeah, it didn't impact us.
But at the same time, there's a lot of people who are like, okay, they'll get up and they'll start working and they'll just keep working. And it's sometimes you have to get up and leave that chair.
Yeah.
You know, that's why oftentimes they tell you to have a designated workspace. It's dangerous to work in your bed. Okay. You might have your laptop on the side. You might pick it up. You might start working. You stay there in that bed the whole time.
Right.
You just keep going. You know, so it's really not good. You need to have some type of kind of something that signifies that you have stopped work.
Yeah.
So you sit there. Now it's getting late in the year. It starts getting dark early. You will start working when it's dark, and you will quit working when it's dark.
Right, so, and that's not okay. I know with our business, I make it a point to use the computer in the loft and do our business stuff in there. But I have certain places in the house I will not work.
You will not work in your lady den.
I will not work in my lady den. That is fun, fun only. So here's another one. Play to your strengths. Don't try to be all things to all people. Focus your strengths and outsource to others. So that's so important. Like some of the things that we have to do for our rental properties, you know, we just outsource them. And I know for a while you would say, hey, I'm not going to be the maintenance man. No, you were like, I'm not doing it. Pay somebody to do it, which I appreciate that. But there are some things I'm like, I just need you to go and take care of it for me, please. So, and I'm honest with you about that. I don't want to necessarily pay somebody or, go through, but we do, like for AC, we have certain people that handle certain things. We
AC, electric, stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't require you to do those things. Manage your mind. If you start to have some anxiety or some depression or some issues start to come up where you're like just slipping mentally, take a break. That's a really good time. Your body is telling you something is going on, so listen to your body. That's one of them. Here's the next one. Take a break, and I already mentioned that. Take time to, take time throughout your day and take a break, even if it's a bathroom break, if it's a lunch break. So many of us miss our lunch break, and we just really need that time to take a break. Have that holiday. Take that holiday. Don't take calls during the holiday. We have Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and all kind of holidays coming up soon. Take those holidays. Take that time.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. I won't necessarily say the name, but he used to have this thing called Me Friday, where literally he like, what do I want to do on Friday? And literally he might be, well, I think I want to go to a movie today. And he would just go do it. And that would be, kind of his day to, once he's like had a long week, he feel like, all right, it's time for me to reward myself for that.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people do happy hours and stuff like that. It just depends. Do what you love. That's so important. Make time for something you love, which is kind of what you're saying, that he would take time to do some self-care. And know and nurture your network. And that's so important that you know your network and get with your friends. Call some people and say, hey, let's get together and let's just talk, mingle, hang, Make your workspace work for you. That's so important. That's one of them, is to make your workspace work for you, and make exercise a must do. So those are some things to do for work-life balance.
Yeah. Must do and not should do. because it's always more things than time. You really have to keep that in mind. And I think probably the last two things I'll mention is that make sure you have to also prioritize as far as going on that make a must do and not a should do list. What things must you do? You must prioritize, your family. So make sure that you have time for that. So if you find yourself working and working and working, most people say, well, what is your why? Yeah. Your why is your family because you want to provide for them. Well, the thing is that you want to be able to provide but also enjoy. So don't do all this work just so you can make the money but not spend it with the people that you're working for. So make sure to make some time. So whether it's weekends or do something where it's like, okay, this is my day, this is my time. Do something because ultimately you only get so much time with them. So you don't want to spend all that time working. And just to be 100% honest with you, there is not typically a lot of loyalty when it comes to jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
So you don't want to prioritize a job over your family when ultimately there may not be loyalty at that job. So you want to make sure that you are giving your family that attention, no matter what.
True.
So, all right. So when it comes to work-life balance, we're trying to make sure that we balance out the time of this video.
Yeah.
So we'll get ready to wrap it up. Is there any kind of closing thoughts you have on anything, honey?
No, that was it. That was great.
No. Okay. All right. So that's it. You want to? Can you send us out?
Send it out.
Yeah. Send us off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant send this information out. I'm like, yeah, if you need me to.
No, what we'll do is we'll put a link to that down in the description.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, as soon as you click like, it'll magically appear in the description. Yeah.
So like, share, and subscribe. This is Nik and Adinah, and we say your tagline.
All right, and as always, we ask that you take care of yourself, keep loving one another.